Good morning, African Confessions. I am back with another message. This message that I want to share with you guys comes from a translation of a message that I received. We tried so hard to translate this message. You know that English never loved us. The message reads like this. Hello, my brother Nashi. Please post for me as anonymous. My brother, I have recently noticed that there are worms that are coming out of my private parts. This only happened after I started having a relationship with my boss. That is when I noticed that there are worms that are coming out of my private parts. My brother, I was working as a receptionist at our work. So this work that I was doing is not like I went to school. I was just working as a receptionist, even though I didn't have the qualifications to work as a receptionist. The time that I started working as the receptionist at our company, there was a vacancy and I wanted that job. So I went, then I submitted my CV. But I knew that the chances of me getting promoted, those chances for me were quite slim when I compared myself and my other workmates. They were highly qualified than I was. So what I did, my brother, for me to get this job, I had to find a plan so that I can get a connection with my boss. I tried everything that I could. I tried to seduce him. Each and every time when I would come across my boss, I would seduce him. But I didn't stop there. But when I saw that I was not succeeding in seducing my boss, what I did is that I thought of a plan. Then I came out with a plan B. I went to this certain church. It was a white garments church. When I went there, I told them everything that I wanted to be done. Then I was given some prayers. These prayers I was given in form of small river stones. I was told that when I would go back to work, what I was supposed to do is that I was supposed to go to my boss's office, but I should not enter my boss's office. I should just stand at his door. That prophet had told me that when I'll be standing at my boss's office door, I should speak in faith and I should speak all the things that I wanted to happen between me and my boss. So I stood there whilst I was holding those small river stones and I spoke in faith everything that I wanted to happen between me and my boss. Then I threw those small river stones down and I turned around and I went back to my working station. That prophet had told me that if I do this prayer and if I leave these stones at my boss's office door, whenever you will be coming in and out of his office, each and every time that you will be stepping on those small river stones, in his heart there will be a connection and he will start to feel that he loved me. My boss was someone who was very rude most of the times, and he was someone who never spoke with anyone. He would only speak with you if it was about work. He never laughed, he never smiled. He was always a private guy who loved his private life. I was afraid of my boss, but because I wanted to be promoted, I did everything that I could to get this promotion. Our boss was a Nigerian guy. After that, he proposed love to me. Then we started dating each other. He told me that if I was a good girl, if I was going to be a good girl, he was going to get me promoted. And I made sure that to him, I was going to be a good girl. Then one day he told me that he had booked a hotel room and I was supposed to go there and he was going to meet me in that hotel room. Then I went there. Me and my boss, we then spent a weekend together. We had a good time. It was my first time somebody spending a lot of money on me like that. My brother, he was not spending his money on me, but I was actually eating his money and it felt so nice. In my life, I had never felt so good. But what was troubling me is that when I would look at him, I would always feel like maybe I am not beautiful enough for him, because he was not happy. Whenever I would try to speak with him, I would see that he is not happy to be with me. He was just quiet. And when we arrived at the hotel late at night, as we were about to have sexual intercourse, he then switched all of the lights. I asked him, why did you switch all the lights? Then he said that, let us do it in the dark. He didn't remove his clothes. It was as if to him I was just a prostitute. The whole night we did it like that. He was just wearing his clothes and it was in the dark. The first night, as we were making love, whilst he was wearing his clothes, I thought that maybe it's only tonight. Tomorrow we will make love during the day and I will see why is he avoiding to make love to me in the light. But when the morning came, he avoided touching me throughout the day. He avoided touching me. He avoided me throughout the day, and when it was night time, that is when he switched off the lights. Then he said, let us make love. He didn't remove his clothes. We just made love whilst he was wearing his clothes. This happened throughout the weekend. So I told myself that maybe he's just a shy guy. So we made love in the dark and I never saw what his manhood looked like. As we were checking out of the hotel, then he said to me, tomorrow Monday, don't come to work. I was surprised. I asked him, have you fired me, boss? Then he said, no, you are such a beautiful woman and I don't want you to work anymore. He then said to me, you are so beautiful and I don't want you to work, and you have also helped me. When he said that I had helped him, I didn't understand what he was saying, but he gave me loads and loads of money. Then he said to me, with this money, I want you to start your own small business. I would prefer that you start a boutique because I have so many connections. I have connections in Turkey. I have connections in Dubai. So if you start your own business, I am going to help you, not with the money that I have given you, but I will make sure that I will help you with all the connections. Clothes will come to your boutique. I was so happy. The first day, he gave me 2,000 US dollars. But my brother, I don't know what I used with that money. It was on Sunday around 4 p.m. when he gave me that 2,000 US dollars, and he said that he was going to give me more money on top of the money that he had given me. So Sunday we left the hotel, then I went to my place. He dropped me at my place. But if I tell you that on Monday I just used that money and I don't even know what I used with that money. The only thing that I did is that I told my girlfriends, let us go and have some fun, but we didn't go anywhere special. We just went at a local restaurant, then we bought some food and we ate. When we returned back home, as I was counting my money, I saw that I only had 300 US dollars that was left. I didn't buy anything special. My brother, I am so confused. Even if people tell me that you overspent that money, but I don't have anything to show for it. I didn't buy anything with that money. We only went out and we ate, and it was not even a special meal. It was just a local restaurant, but all of that money is gone. Whilst I was at home, I started to notice that there was this funny movements that were happening in my womb. I actually thought that maybe I was pregnant. Then I told my friend that there is this funny movement that is happening in my womb. It was as if I was carrying a baby that was somewhere around 4 months or 3 months, because I could actually touch my tummy and I could feel the baby kicking me, and I could feel that this baby is already scratching me. When I told my friend everything that was happening to me, this was after 3 weeks, then she laughed at me and she said that, don't you know that these Nigerian guys, they have huge manhoods? Maybe it is because he had a huge manhood and it was your first time meeting up a guy like that, so your womb is still in shock. I thought that maybe that was the case. But when I kept on noticing these movements that were happening in my womb, I said, okay, let me go to the doctor to see what is going on with me. I wanted them to do a scan on me. When I went there, they said that I was not pregnant. So these things kept on happening. Then one day, I was just sitting. Then I felt that there was something that wanted to come out of me. Then I went to the toilet. As I was sitting on the toilet seat, so I wanted to remove my panty liner. As I was about to remove my panty liner, that is when I saw that there were worms on that panty liner. When I saw worms on my panty liner, I screamed and I ran out of the toilet. I then called my friend because I wanted to show her. When we went back into the toilet, we saw that my panty liner, there was nothing on my panty liner. It was just normal discharge. My brother, this is what is happening to me. When I am alone, sometimes I can feel that there are things that want to come out of my private parts. And when I remove the panty that I'll be wearing to check if there is something that is coming out of me, I'll see that there will be worms. But if I try to show someone else these things just disappear. So I went back to the hospital to tell them everything that was going on with me. They said that maybe it was an STI. So they did all the tests on me and they came out, all of them negative. I don't have any STIs with me, but these worms keep on coming out, but this only happens when I am alone. So I called back my boss. I told him everything that was going on with me. Then he blocked me on his calls and he blocked me on his WhatsApp. My brother, I really need help. I am so scared with everything that is happening to me. Please help me. I don't know if anyone has ever come across this problem that I am facing. I am so scared for my own life. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that I received from this young girl. Such a scary story, such a scary story. Please let us talk about this issue in the comment section. I'll be back with more messages.